mind. Nigeria on my mind. Born in diversity, blessed beyond compare.
Through these 100 years, our struggles and through all our fears,
we're strong in our unity. Peace, our destiny. Here we are.
standing tall,
We're standing tall. Standing tall.
we are one.
We are 100 years
Of unity,
Nigeria. We will stand. We will stand. Oh, this land of mine. This land of mine. Nigeria. On my mind. On my mind. I pledge to you my loyalty, my love, my ability.
Ooh, and as we celebrate ourselves.
If you come in, you will see the flag of Nigeria flowing outside. It's not because it's the Nigerian embassy, but because the Institute of Director is celebrating Nigeria. Go on with one Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please a big round of applause for His Excellency General Yakubu Gowon. We're expecting His Excellency the Governor of Bauchi State, Governor Isa Yuguda, His Excellency the Governor of Edo State was with us all day yesterday, and the MD of the Bank of Industry and other government leaders who are still on their way.
Mr. President, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, Governors, Senators, my Lords, ladies, distinguished guests, good morning and welcome to the Institute of Directors. I could not be more delighted to host such a high-profile delegation of leading business people, politicians, and cultural leaders on such a momentous occasion. It has been a remarkable 100 years for Nigeria. It is fitting that during these centenary celebrations, we can celebrate Nigeria becoming Africa's largest economy. And I have no doubt that during the course of this century, we will be talking about one of the largest economies of the world.
To me, great pleasure in a personal capacity to welcome you to this, I think, very important discussion and forum about the economic opportunities of Nigeria. Nigeria and its dynamic and its growth and its potential is something which is in the frame, it is in the mind of everybody who thinks about Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Alan Watson of
people from all over the world to try to take investment into Nigeria and all the other 53 African countries. We have had some successes, some real successes. We have in the 52 largest cities across Africa 78% penetration of mobile telephony. We have a lot of other statistics which, when you break them down to the data that we do have from Nigeria, you find Nigeria is the top in the young, in the mobile telephony, and in so many other ways.
On behalf of One of Ife, he sends his global message to this August occasion, and he promises support fully for whatever the outcome will be today. He said on behalf of the royalties, he promised that there will be an enabling environment for all investors who are interested in investing in Nigeria. We, the royal fathers, are ready to welcome you, give you the necessary enabling environment, and give you the services and cooperation needed to start your business.
There will be a very good atmosphere for investment or doing business in Nigeria. It is very important that we continue this very good relationship and to make sure that others do not come and take over if I'm in this exceptionally good position that we've had. And today, of course, you know that China is coming in a very big way, and if you are not careful, they might probably displace Britain or any other investor in Nigeria. But we can rest assured that I'm sure Nigerians will give a preference to any good business investment in Nigeria first than any other.
When I was growing up, I always say that every time we went on strike, it was when they were going to increase fuel price. The only person that spoke on behalf of the ordinary people was His Excellency Governor Adams Oshiomhole, then as the NLC president. Mr. Governor, we thank you for always speaking for the masses, either as a comrade and also as an executive governor. Thank you so much. Please give him a big round of applause. The amiable transformational governor, Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan CON. Please give him a big round of applause.
Head of State of Nigeria, General Yakubu Gowon, came to visit Benin. And I was one of those who was moved to go and wait for him on the road. And I waved to him that day. And I remember him waving back to me. So I thank you, sir, for waving back. So today, I'm sitting beside him. You can see that the young child grew. And in being an oil-producing community, it has been severely degraded, polluted. Soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. And what is the effect of that? That farm that those women used to go, those rubber plantations that the young boy used to go and tap rubber are no longer there. Because the soil is no longer good enough for the women to farm. That water where you could literally put your hands and remove fish, where you could see the sharp sand, is now heavily polluted. You can hardly catch, you can stay there from morning till night and you will not even catch one fish. That fresh air that the young boy used to breathe is no longer fresh. Do we continue a situation where, yes, it's an oil-producing state, but with all the challenges and with all your certainties of oil wealth, with the fact that you cannot continue to sustain an economy based entirely on oil? Because over 90% of the revenue of the state, just as it is in Nigeria, depends on oil. So we sat down and we said, no, we need to look at the future. We need to look at other areas of the economy beyond oil. And so we strategized. And our strategy is what we call Delta Beyond Oil.
I think the story of Nigeria is clear. Big elephant, some challenges getting on his feet, but there is no question that when he does get on his feet, it must dominate the forest. And all the indicators are there. No perfect country, but huge opportunities.
What would be your highlight of today's speech, especially with the governor of Delta State?
Well, I think what he's done really is bring to the international community what we have been able to do in Delta State, especially in terms of improvements in infrastructure and, of course, the human capital to drive it. Because basically the message is Delta State is ready for investments.
I was listening attentively to the governors. Being the Director General of the National Center for Women Development, I was very interested in what they had to say with regards to empowering women and education, particularly that of the girl child, which the governor of Bauchi State touched on. I was very interested in the small-scale industries that the governor of Delta State spoke about. I'd like to hear more details about exactly what they're doing, because that's a major area of challenge. There are funds available in Nigeria for businesses to grow, but very often the businesses that women handle are the small-scale industries, but they're crucial, they're important. They do provide empowerment, they provide employment, and these rural women don't quite understand issues like collateral, so we need to begin to think outside the box as to how to empower them. And by the way, women are very good at paying back loans. They're very focused on their businesses. These women run their household, they provide, they go out, they earn the money, they cook the food, they serve the food. They're in charge of the finances of the family. So they're crucial to economic development in Nigeria.
There are a whole range of, activities that investors can come and take advantage of and put their money, ranging from, agriculture to oil and gas, solid minerals, banking and finance, all sorts of activities that you can imagine that are available anywhere in the world are available in Nigeria. So investors are invited to, come and invest and help Nigeria to grow its own economy, because we really need the foreign capital to do precisely that.
But I was at the Abbey where the Queen spoke yesterday, the Commonwealth event, and all the nations that's a part of the Commonwealth. I was very impressed with the call for unity. And I believe if we are able to achieve that kind of unity, we'd have a very much better world.
Well, I'm a Nigerian, so I'm quite pleased about it that they're trying to promote our country here. The kind of investors that we're looking for are those that will actually bring innovation and technology to our country. We actually understand very clearly what we need. We need investors who come and understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. The challenges we have is not that they cannot actually be overcome by ourselves, but in some cases we haven't had the will to do it because some of the times entrenched attitudes make it difficult. But I know that this administration has hit on the nail of the most important bottleneck that we had for development, which was the power sector.
Our country is a great country, and it's a very unique country in the world. We strongly believe that there is no country that God has so endowed like Nigeria. And I personally believe in that because I studied a little bit of geography of the world. In terms of location, even as God would have it, after Lord Lugard has matched the southern and the northern protectors to form what is Nigeria today, we remain very central in the map of Africa and very central